Everybody, what's up? Circus here coming at you with this week's Rogue Deck Roundup. And it's an exciting week. I know I say that every week to build up the excitement. But this week is great because we have a bunch of Rogue decks. This was like the week of the Rogue deck. So people always saying, oh, it's all about the meta. I say it's all about the Rogue this week. It's all about the Rogue. So Kamel's here because he's excited because he loves the Rogue.
Yeah, there's been a lot of developments this week, to say the least. If you watch the Power Rankings video, you kind of are already filled in. But yeah, let's go.
Let's dive into it. So if you're not familiar with the series, which most people are, but if you're new, welcome. What we do is we track decks throughout the week in tournaments and see how they finish, and then we assign them points based on how they finish, and then we rank them. So if a deck gets a first place finish, it gets 6 points. A second place finish is 4 points. Third place finish is 2 points, and a top 8 is a single point. Okay, so to make things consistent, all the tournaments have to have a rounds of Swiss into a top cut. They have to have a 1-deck format with a 7-card extra deck, and then you can side in a skill. All right. So the tournaments that met that criteria this week were, here you go, the Battle Phase series, the Meta Weekly Freakly series, the Dark World Legacy, the LE Hotel Cup, and the Giraffe Bi-Weekly. Even though there was only one reported, there's supposed to be 2, but maybe we'll have 2 next week. So that was 12 tournaments, so we have lots of data that we were able to go through, and we'll start pulling it up here. Where did I put it? Right here. Here we go. So in first place this week with 14 points, which is an astronomical score in Rogue decks.
That's a lot of points for a Rogue deck.
Yes. Whoa. All right. Here we go. In first place, Magician Girls.
Ooh. And Magician Girls is a certified Rogue deck. It has been for some time since it was released.
Yeah.
And it being released the 14th, for this week, it was the best performing Invoked deck, better than Invoked Roids, which had the number 5 spot last week.
Yep.
And it's a Rogue deck. Magician Girls just proving it has the sauce right now to really perform. It has all the components it needs. Like I said all this in the Power Rankings video, but I'll say it again. It has all the components it needs to succeed right now. But yeah.
I mean, maybe it's going to be like Goki and it graduates into full-on meta deck status.
I'm thinking we're seeing our next graduate into the Power Rankings because it's Invoked, man. And there's no good Invoked engines right now. And it just... We're also coming up on the KC Cup as well, so we're definitely going to have to see how the strength of Magician Girls, pans out over the incoming weeks. I think this is a really important month for it going forward.
But look at this, 15 different decks, and there's a wide variety. You got Mayakashi, you got Worms, Megalith dropped way down, 6 Sams, Evil Eye, Cyber Drake. I mean, spell books. I mean, it's everywhere. It's everywhere this week. So let's jump right into Magician Girls. We talked about this, like you said, in the Power Rankings, but it just is a good way to play Invoked right now. We were saying how the Berry Magician Girl is just, the best stall tool in the deck, and that's what you want to do when you're playing any kind of Invoke deck. You want to stall, and then go into Purgatrio for game.
Right, and honestly, if the success of this deck keeps up, we might have to recommend this deck for new players just because of how you get everything in one place.
Yeah.
And then after that, you just build it out with back row. If this deck keeps performing, it may be something that we have to recommend, because if this does, there's straight up no better deal in Duel Links. You get the whole core in one place, and then you already have that guaranteed back row that we told you to pick up.
I was going to say, you see what's in there? People always laugh at us about what's in there, right? Here, I'm going to point it right here. Wall of Disruption. Everybody says, oh, you guys really promote Wall of D on this channel. Right here. Wait, right
Wall
there.
of D. Then the tournament winning, won the Meta Weekly.
So won the Meta Weekly. It's right there.
He didn't even win meme phase. He won the Meta Weekly with Wall of D.
Yep, and 2 Floodgate, and that's what we're always talking about. We're always talking about Floodgate, Wall of D, Canada. There you go.
Right, so definitely new player. Keep your eyes on Magician Girls.
Well, even if this doesn't become a full-on meta deck, this would still be a good...
and this deck also used to get a lot of shit for being a really boring, back row slow deck, but it's performing, man. And if you're a new
People
player,
don't care now. They're like, I got to use my Alistair somehow. I got to get
yeah.
Alistair in there somehow. I'll do anything. I'm desperate.
Hmm.
All right, let's move
Yeah.
on to the Buffalo Bills of Yu-Gi-Oh, and that is Dragoonity. And if you're not familiar, I made the reference in the power rankings, but basically, the Buffalo Bills NFL team went to the Super Bowl 4 years in a row, lost the Super Bowl 4 years in a row, and I just feel that's where Dragoonity is at
And
this
they only
point.
have two top 8 performances. And I
Yep.
can tell you who both of these guys are. On screen, we have Lord of Scrubs, Battleface Monday, second place. And on Battleface Friday, Fumikage played Dragoonity and lost in the finals to Weather Painters.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, these guys, they never quit.
I want to say
And
Lord of Scrubs is like 0-3, 0-4 at this point. He's just like, why?
Lord of Scrubs, he's made a very interesting change to his deck. He is playing 5 back row hate cards
Yep.
and no other cards. Like previously, he was playing a Offerings to the Doom.
Mm-hmm.
Other people were playing Chalice, but double True Nade, no Lance, no Dragoonity Lance. He's opting for
Right.
double True Nade instead. Says he doesn't need it, and playing Spiritualism. If you guys don't know what Spiritualism does, it targets a set card, and makes it so
It
I
goes
think
back to the hand.
it
Yeah.
goes back to the hand, and it can't be activated in response.
Right.
Yeah. And then he's playing 1 Cosmic Cyclone as well. Of course, the rest of the Dragoonity deck is pretty standard. However, no, it's not, because he's playing 3 Ducks, 3 Phalanx, and that is insane. I don't think anyone plays 3 Ducks, because if you draw it and you do not have previously established Dragoonities, you are in trouble. If that's the card you draw and you don't draw Senatus, you're in trouble usually. But
I think he's just trying anything at this point. You know what I mean? It's like I gotta find it's gotta happen once. It's gotta be this time. It's gotta be.
oh man, it's just so weird. But Dragoonity definitely,
Yeah.
even though I love these guys, definitely not a deck I can recommend to anyone.
They're trying. I think Night Fox just gave up. You don't see Night Fox playing the same. It's just Lord of
Yeah,
Scrubs.
I think he retired. That fuck's
Lord of
retired.
Scrubs is like, where'd everybody go? Where'd everybody go? It's just me. He's the only one in the secret Dragoonity Discord.
Yeah.
All right, next one. This is a deck that people always laugh at. They're always like, this deck is doo-doo, but this deck does perform. It does do its thing, and Neg was saying it has a decent Kara Curry matchup, and that is Luna Lights.
Luna Lights.
Yeah.
And this is a pretty nice deck list. Now, I do not remember exactly what monster type DD Crow is, but does that synergize with any of your Luna Light cards? The monster types being Winged Beasts? Maybe I don't remember for sure. Don't quote me on that, but
I'm thinking that's just like a main deck tech card kind of thing, you know?
yeah, but it is nice that they play that. Probably one of the only decks that I've actually seen main
Right.
deck DD Crow and make use of it. I guess they need it to compete with some of the other boss monsters in the deck, like Sun
Yep.
Saga, remove the Shiranui protection
Yeah.
against a deck like Krishron's, and Karakuri remove their targets for Gamma Oil and the other Krishron synchros.
Now I see he's got 3 of the Saber Dancer, and then only 2 of the Cat Dancer because he wanted to make room for those 2 XZ's monsters.
Tin Archduke. Tin Archduke, he didn't. Oh my gosh. Oh, well, I think I know why he's playing Tin Archduke and not Deltaros, because Tin Archduke will switch the battle position.
Right. So you hit him with the Fox, and then you turn him. Yeah.
That is dirty.
Yep.
That's dirty. Oh man. But yeah, Luna Lights. Honestly, they a lot of free to play players were obsessed with them. I never wanted to recommend
It's
them.
a fun deck. It's got I don't know it's not like a comboing deck, but there's like a lot of plays. You're just moving cards around a lot, and but it's like a simple version of one of those decks. It's not like super big brain, but it's like, oh, it's fun. I'm moving cards from the grave to the field to my hand and back, and I don't know. It's a good introduction to that style of deck.
And Rich, another 3-time Battleface champion.
Yep.
Second place with it in the Battleface pop-up Tuesday.
It's a good solid deck.
This is a deck. You get it all in one place. It's a solid deck, but if you are going to play it in tournament play, just beware that you are going to need those tech cards so it can be optimized for tournament play. You cannot. Basically, this deck's not going to be able to operate without them.
And he's playing Destiny Draw. A lot of people play a spell, play the skill so you can get a spell or polymerization from outside of your deck.
Master Fusion. Yeah.
Yeah, Master of Fusion. But he's playing Destiny Draw, so he can go in and just grab that one when he needs it.
Hmm.
All right, the next deck is one that people love to hate. I like it. I like playing Control. People always say this deck puts me to sleep, but you know what? I don't care. I like it. Weather Painters winning Battle Phase Friday, and then top 8 also in Battle
Yeah.
Phase Friday. 2 different people played it in the tournament that day.
It was pretty surprising, although I did not see this deck make extreme use of the extra deck, even though he is playing 6 Xyz monsters.
Had he gone into Antidote Nurse, I would have lost my mind. I would have lost my
rank
mind.
3 Xyz monsters.
And none of which are better than the actual Weather Painters.
Yeah, I can't think of a way you'd want to go into any of them except if your opponent has like 100 life points left, or if
Antidote
I
Nurse
don't
could be a little cheeky, but I mean,
what does
besides
that
that,
one do again?
like
I forget.
one of your monsters can get like 1,000 attack bonus.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah.
That would be nice. But yeah, he did win Battle Face Friday against Dragunities
Yeah.
in the finals. And here you can see, like, of course, this deck is gonna rip Dragunity apart.
Well, the
Look at
Ascalon targets, right?
Ascalon does target,
So they're like, peace out. They just leave the field.
and you have 4 trap cards to straight up say, like, nah, you're not
No.
gonna synchro. Like, you're not synchroing this turn. Then you get the Thundery Canvas to do what you got to do. Then you get the direct attack with the Cloudy. Forgive me. Weather Painters is probably one of the decks I know the least about.
Right.
But I do know that they can tag out
The Cloudy
themselves
Canvas.
from
Yeah, he can
effects.
attack
Ascalon is
directly. And...
pretty much useless. And in that Dragunity deck, they were not really playing anything to out Weather Painters, although they did take a game off them.
But he's also playing Hollow Life Barrier.
Yeah, oh god.
So even if you were playing Ascalon, you did get some banishes or whatever, but you don't hit that Hollow Life Barrier, it's over.
You're not winning. That's it.
And then Weather Painters just get set up next turn.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next one is a deck that it was really dominant. It went away. It came back. It went away. It came back, and then it's been dormant for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
There was a little bit of support recently for it, and it hasn't done anything until this past week. Spell books. Spell books. Can you believe that?
Spell books, yeah. And once again, they are one of the only archetypes in the game that have access to non-targeting banishing.
Banishing, yeah.
Probably the most versatile removal in the entire game, and they're the only deck that can do it. And they have a lot of added consistency now because of cards like the Spellbook of Wisdom, the High Priestess giving you pops when it's summoned, and this Spellbook Tower letting you draw cards and just added utility. It probably alleviates a lot of the problems that you had considering resources with spellbooks before, although the spellbook list has changed quite a bit, playing 3 Crescent
which
library.
Would never have happened back in the old day. People would be like, what are you doing even playing 1?
And that is because it is a lot easier for you to remove your spellbooks from your grave.
Right.
You can add them back to your hand, but you're going to be banishing a lot more.
Yeah.
And now you can play Shining Elf.
Oh,
you
God,
can
I hope
overlay
you
2 spellbook blue boys to summon Shining Elf. What more could you want, to be honest?
And he's got the Trishula just in case, I guess.
And this deck is playing See You Later. That's a pretty good skill for this deck. All 6 monsters benefit from being See You Later targets. Yep. So that's very nice.
Yeah, so they're back, baby. And that was the Meta Freakly Friday champion. So there you go. All right, let's look at the overall representation for the week. Here you go. Thunder Dragons, first place, 74. And like I said, they had a second in the Duel World, Dark World Legacy, and top 8 in the Battle Phase Pop-Up Tuesdays. So that's only a total of like 5 points. Yeah. So
Thunder Dragons, man. Yikes. You guys got to optimize your deck.
But look at that. Cyber Dragons, Magician Girls, like we said, that's going to pop way up. Blue Eyes still in there, not scoring a lot of points. Evil Eye. I mean, these are all the stuff we see every week, so it's kind of cool. But Six Sams, we're definitely starting to see a lot more of. Before it was just like one guy playing it, but now we're seeing
a lot of people have been a lot of people have been turned on by the kind of Xyz variant of the deck, even though I don't see much there. You know, they like Zubaba General, but
Right.
I think it's outed very easily. But
Right.
people have been playing it, so yeah.
But look at that. DDD, and Worms also. So welcome to the party, you guys.
Welcome.
All right, conversion rates. Check these out. These are always great on rogue decks. They always look like they're just god decks. It's because they have low representation. With Desperado at the top,
Yeah, Desperado.
38%
I
into the.
think they were at the top for what they performed very well some tournament this week.
Well, they got a top four in the battle phase Friday, and then they had two
Yes,
top eights
that
besides
was
that.
it.
So only 4 points.
Right.
But their representation was really low at 8.
For
So
those of you wondering, Desperado, one of their biggest weaknesses, which was
Casitas,
how easily Casitas was to be
yep,
brought out in the meta, is gone. The only time you're really going to be seeing that is when you're up against Magician Girls
which
or
is going to be
Roy
like every deck pretty soon.
next week. Yeah, now that we've hyped it up, by the time you're seeing this video,
Yeah.
good luck playing it. Good luck playing Desperado now. But yeah, that was Desperado's biggest weakness, and now it's not around as much. So.
And look at Lonely Thunder Dragons down there at 1%.
Oh my gosh, you hate to see it. Gian is crying right
Yeah,
now.
he is. All right, top 8 finishes for the week. Desperado with 3, Blue Eyes with 3.
Hey.
So it didn't get any wins. Some of the ones further down the list got wins, and that's how they ended up so high on the list. Magician Girl had 2 top 8s, and they were both wins. So there you go. Yeah,
Wow. Wow.
yeah. Let's see what else is last. What's last victories? But look at that: Magician Girls with 2, Weather Painters with 1, Spell Books with 1. So there you go.
Hmm.
I'll throw up the main list again one more time so you guys can check it out. But I think overall this was our best rogue deck week ever, by far.
Yeah, the list is really, really populated this week. People really um, performed in tournaments this week. I think this is, unfortunately, I do think this is one of the last weeks that we're going to see
Really?
this many decks. Yeah, man, Casey Cup is coming up.
Yeah.
It's coming up in 2 weeks. People are going to be preparing. And then after Casey Cup, the meta is going to solidify. We're going to get another box, but I don't know. A lot of these decks, they need that representation to get top 8, and they may
Yeah.
not get it in this coming week. So
I don't know. I think there's a lot more people coming into the scene, and I think
that's
there's
true as well.
there's a lot of people playing stuff that they like, and maybe they're like, I'm not playing meta, man.
I'm
So,
non-meta only.
yeah. So hopefully they keep it up because this is our best rogue deck roundup by far. So
For real.
keep it up, guys.
Honestly.
All right, so we're gonna get out of here, but what's important? This week is Spook Phase week, where all of our tournaments have $50 cash prizes. They are free to enter. All you gotta do is enter our Discord, and that's free too. That's free too, and then you're gonna get announcements in there when the tournaments are going to be played, and you sign up for them, and they're free to enter. It's all
Yeah,
free.
it's all free. And if you would like to subscribe, you get guaranteed entry to all of those events and any future events as long as they fill up because 172 slots are free. And then once the tournament is full, you can subscribe for entry. So subscribe on Twitch, guaranteed entry to all tournaments. So
Yeah,
check that out.
and we do like 24 tournaments a month, so it's a really good deal. So that way you don't have to worry about getting in because our tournaments usually fill up very quickly.
Mhm.
All right, so make sure to check that out, and we hope to see you on Twitch. We hope to see you in the Discord because in the Discord there's a cool new player channel which is just popping off every day. We got people in there helping you out if you have any questions about whatever's going on in the game. So make sure to check that out. We're gonna get out of here. I'm Circus. That's Kamel.
Peace out, guys.
See ya.